Now let's work on getting this second division here for div AltaVista. Now I'm not going to name it div AltaVista. I'm going to name it something generic like div01. Div01. Visit AltaVista here, and it has an image in it. So let's get back over to Dreamweaver and let's make a little bit of space here and type us out a new div. And right now I'm just going to go ahead and add the ID div01. Make sure I close my division. And now that I have a division, let's look at the example. Visit AltaVista here. AltaVista here. Now you might be thinking, hey, I can't have this text out here without a container wrapped around it. Well, you do. Now you have a division wrapped around it. So that's a good thing. Visit AltaVista here. And why not do a line break? And then maybe an image. So let's see how we insert an image. Image src. And look at this. I can browse. I love Dreamweaver. This is going to be such a big help. Browse. And I can go to, what am I working on? AltaVista Images and AltaVista GIF. And look, if I needed to see the dimensions of it, it's 199 by 77. I could. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And then I need to do some other things like width 199. See, it does it for me. Now make sure you put pixels, px, in here. Height, px. Now, one more thing you have to do. Alt. And you need to just give it a description. And I'm going to call this the AltaVista logo. Because it's a description, this needs to be in plain human readable text. And then close my image. See how I close it? Space, / and then the bracket right there. Let's look at it in design view. Pretty cool. It looks like what I have here. Now, one more thing. Don't forget to ID your image. Let's go back into the code, and right here at the very end I can do an ID. I'm going to call it image AltaVista. There, now I'm done with that division. Why don't I just copy it and paste it? And then I can name the second division O2, div02. And this time I'm going to have an image, how stuff works, and then some text. So I'm going to get rid of that. And this image, probably should just dump all of that. Image source equals, src equals, and I'm going to browse again for how stuff works. There it is. Height. Alt. We're going to call this the how stuff works logo. And don't forget to ID it. Image how stuff works. Space / closing bracket. And perhaps a break right here. just to introduce a line break and some text goes here about the site. Okay, now you can reproduce my text right here where it says, let's say you wanted to know how something works, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. Whatever you want to put there. And look at it in design view. Pretty cool. All right, now I'm going to click on this image. And I want to show you one more time that proportional constraint. If I click on this handle and I hold my shift key down, I can size up. Now, I want you to know that is not the proper way to do this, but that's what we have as a tool available to us right now at our level. In a few weeks, we're going to learn how to resize using an image editor. Okay, so I still have that on the clipboard. Why don't I just paste it? This is going to be div 03. And I'm just going to dump all that, because watch what I'm going to do this time. I'm going into design view, and let's look at the example, the weather channel. In fact, you know, I don't even need to be in design view. I could be, but I won't be able to see where I'm dragging. Look at this, watch. Over here in the local file side, I have this weather logo. Boom! I drag it where I want it, and I get this dialog here that's asking me for image tag accessibility attributes. Well, it's asking for the alt attribute. The alt attribute, you know, the one where you type a description. Well, what did I just drag in there? I dragged in weather channel logo. And just hit OK. And look, my image is there for me. Look at all the code that it did for me. And there it is. Love it. Don't forget to ID it. You need to give all your stuff an ID. So, weather. Oh, call it image weather logo. Some text goes here about the site. Let's look at the design of it now. And look, I didn't introduce a break, so I'm going to do that now right here, just like I did for the previous one. Save. Save often. Okay. Now, I'm going to go out and grab this W3C XHTML 1.0 strict logo. Let's see where I can go for that. It is validator.w3.org. I know you can't see that on your screen, but it's validator.w3.org. It's the validator that we've been using. And if you scroll down to the bottom of this page, there's a help and FAQ link. And if you click on it and just scroll down the page, you'll eventually find this logo with the question, my document is valid, can I use your valid icon? Look here. Here's the text you want. This is some XHTML code that you can just copy and paste right into your document. But before you do so, you need to make a division. Div, and let's give it an ID of validator. And make sure you close it and paste that stuff right in there and look at it in design view and see how it looks. There's your first page. You're done. Save and preview in the browser. How do you do that? File, preview in browser. And I don't have Internet Explorer on my machine anymore. It died. Here's Firefox. and it'll open it up in Firefox, and you can see what your page looks like. So the thing that I think that I'm missing here are the horizontal rules. So let's see if we can add those real quick. There's one here, okay, under Alta Vista. So I'm going to go back into the code, and right here between these two divisions, I'm going to add an HR. In fact, I kind of want an HR between all these. Why not? Save it, and File, Preview in Browser Firefox, or look at this little globe icon. I'm going to click that down, and there it is too. Preview in Firefox, and you're going to start noticing that Dreamweaver has several ways of doing the same thing in most instances. And there's my first page. All right, now we're getting somewhere. What do? I close it. Check this out. I'm going to find it over here. I don't even see it. I'm going to refresh. Makes me wonder where I saved it. There it is. I saved it in the wrong place. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drag it to the right place. Bet you didn't know you could drag like this either. And I get this message. Update links in the following files. You're going to want to say yes to this, because what Dreamweaver is trying to do is maintain the integrity of your links and keep them pointed to the right place. For example, if you're using a path to an image and you move this file to a different folder, guess what? That path has changed and it might not any longer be valid. So I'm going to go ahead and update, and I better go into my page and look again and make sure that it's okay. And it is. Nothing's changed. And I could save, and I could F12 preview again just to make sure. Good. I'm going to close all these. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Copy, right click, edit copy. I'll just copy it. And I'm going to click down here in my Google, and I'm going to paste. And look, here's my new file. So let me close that one that I'm working on. And let's open this new one. Okay, that's the page that I just created. The Alta Vista page, I just made a copy of it and I put it under the Google page here. And the reason is, now I can just delete these images and text, right? Or do it here in the code. And look, I have div 1, div 2, div 3, and the validator stuff. So I'm trying to minimize the amount of work that I have to do here. So visit Google here. And this time, instead of that image, I'm going to choose the Google logo. And make sure that I give it an ID. ID equals, and it's an image, Google logo. And see how it looks. Okay, so we'll start from here in part 3.